In this tutorial, we will learn about points display management in AutoCAD Civil 3D. We have imported some points using a point file in our previous tutorial, and you can see on the screen that these points are represented with the help of red cross, and on the right you can see some description. This red cross is known as point marker or point style, and the description is generally known as label style or point label style. Now we will look one by one how to change or how to manage this display settings for these points, both for point marker and point label styles. For that, we need to go to the settings tab in toolspace, and we need to expand this points component, and here you can see that we have both point styles and label styles. Further, we can expand this point styles to see the default point styles available in this drawing. You can use any of the point style out of these, or you can create a new one. So to create new style, you need to right click and select new. In this dialog box, you can see on the top some tabs. So the first is about the information. You need to enter the name, new point style, and you need to give some information or some description. I am leaving it blank and keeping the name to the default. Now the next is marker. Here you can select any of the marker style out of these 5 or 6 styles. First is this dot, second is blank, no marker, plus cross that we are currently using on this vertical line. So in addition to these, you can use combination of 2 markers. Let's say I select the major style is this point, and then I will select this rectangle, so you can see that this is a combination of 2 markers. Or you can simply turn this off and select the second one, or you can select the both, and here you can see that the point marker is combination of 3 point markers. So you can select any of these combinations. I am using this combination, and simply we can go to the next tab, that is 3D geometry settings. So we don't need to do anything on this tab. Then is the display tab, and in the marker you need to change the color, or if you want you can keep it by block. I am changing it to blue. And the last tab is about the summary, what we have done in this dialog box. So simply click OK and scroll down to see that we have created this new point style. Now go to the label styles, expand this, and here you can see that we have some existing label styles. Again, you can use any of the existing label styles, or you can create a new one. For that, right click and select this new, and again in this dialog box you have to enter some information. Again the same name, description, I am leaving it to the defaults. Then is the general. Here you can see the general properties. Label text style, it is standard. You can select this ellipsis button and select any of the available text style. If I select is SHRP, okay. Label visibility, it's set to true. If you select false, here you can see that the labels have been disappeared. Actually we need the labels to display, as you can see on the background. Now the layer, currently the labels are in 0 layer, but we need to change it. For that we will select this ellipsis button, and here either you can use any of the existing layers, or you can create a new one. But we have an existing layer for these point label styles. We will select it to be node text. Click OK, and here you can see that the color of the labels has been changed according to the layer colors. Rest of the properties will remain as default. And the next is layout. Here you can see component names. We have 3 major or main components, point number, point elevation and point description. These three components completely describe a point. So we have all these three components. Here you can add a new component, a text component, a line component or a block component. You can copy the existing component or you can delete a component, and here you can change the draw order of these components by moving the arrows up and down. Here in the general you can say the name, it is point number because our component is point number. So if you want to change it you can edit it, but I am leaving it as it is because this is what we need. Visibility, again it's true. If you set it to false, you can see that the point number has been disappeared, so you need to turn it back to true. Content, you need to click this ellipsis button. Here you can see that it is written as point number. Let's say we don't have any text here, then what we need to do, we need to go to these properties, click the drop down button and select the property that we need. So this component is for point number. I will select point number and click this right arrow, and here you can see that I have successfully added this point number component to my settings. Now in the format, here you can change the text style that we have just selected SHR. Here you can change the color by block, red, or because we are working in layers and we are working in block, so we will leave it as it is. And you can bold it, underline it, italic, anything you want. So I am not doing any changes, I am leaving it to the default, so rest of the values will remain the same. Same is the case with point elevation, point description and the other stuff. When you drag this label away from the marker, you will see a leader or an arrow will appear, and this drag state tab is for the properties of that arrow, and you can change anything you want. And again in the end you have the summary of all previous tabs. Simply click OK, and here you can see that you have successfully created new point label styles. Let's change the point styles and label styles for these points. For that we need to go to the prospector and we need to expand this points group. Right click and select properties. In the properties, the point styles, you can select the new point that we have just created and point label style, new point label style. Simply click OK, and you will see that label styles have been changed according to our new label styles. Previously here we have red crosses, now we have plus sign with combination of circle and rectangle, and its color is blue. So this is how you manage display of Civil 3D points.